Oh, are we on now? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
His mic was on mute. So
Oh, yeah,
I didn't hear the
we were on
count.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
didn't hear the
was.
count.
It was a mute.
I didn't hear the count.
All right, welcome to Calling the Audible. I had no idea that this was on mute this entire
Yeah, well,
time.
we have such a big, spacious studio that we can't hear him if his mic's not
we
on.
got the glass
so-
window here. Eagle nest. It is Calling the Audible, the Division C Championship preview. We finally made it after a lot of weeks of football and some uncertainty with the passports and all that, but we finally made it here, and we're here. Finals back in Lachine, an old retro place, the old barn. We're going back to Lachine for the finals on Sunday and Monday of this week. As we dive into it, we do have the matchup that we've all been waiting for, part 2. Blessed against the Infantry. They played each other way back in week 11, which the Blessed won and essentially got the 1 seed over Infantry in what was a thriller that you and I saw, Peeze, in that matchup.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It was a great game, fantastic game, and that's what we all wanted. We do not want sheesh against the Girl Cock because no one would have cared. Point final. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this and be like whatever. Let's walk against someone that we do care about, somewhat speakingly here. A man who has covered this division, who has played in this league, who's the fabric, the Hawkeye of the show. He reminds us things that I don't even know what the hell we said sometimes. Iggy Magnets. Iggy, how you been, sir?
FPF historian, Iggy Magnets.
Hey, guys. How's it going? How are you?
Oh, very well.
We're happy you haven't died.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's what
I'm doing
St. Louis, my friend.
still alive writing articles.
Perfect. So, Iggs, let's dive into it, man. We have the matchup, the ultimate seductive matchup of Blessed versus the Infantry. Your initial reaction, your initial thought of these two teams going to duke it out Sunday at 9:30 p.m. in Lachine.
Yeah, my God, how what other, like you said before, what other final could we have expected here? It's going to be fireworks. These two teams have been on a collision course to the final, since week 2. Ever since I thought the Infantry, I predicted pretty stupidly, would go 5-5. I quickly changed that prediction for them to go straight to the final against Bless. It's just going to be offense. There will be key defensive efforts on both sides of the ball. I think from Bless, you have to look at Marvin Steinberg. Look at his last game. 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions against Andrew Langbert. And from the Infantry, whether it's Sean Semerjian rushing or Jalen Greaves playing safety as a ball hawk, those are the key sides of the defensive side of the ball from both perspectives.
So, Iggy, what was it about Infantry that had you believing they wouldn't be this good? Because for me, preseason, I was like, oh, so there's 3 really good teams in the FC, and 2 of those 3 will be at the finals.
Yeah, so I did believe, like most of us did, that, some of the Concordia players on the team wouldn't be able to finish out the season. That's not the case. It seems like they are playing well, of course. So that was one reason. And you know what? The other reason, I didn't think Corey Walwoski was going to be a top 3 quarterback in the division. I saw him more of a 4 or 5 quarterback. I'm not saying he's bad. He's a very good quarterback. I just didn't see him being a top 3. And you know what? Kudos to him. Proved me wrong. I write in my article all the time that, if I'm not cheering you on and giving you praise, well, then go ahead and prove me wrong. And he definitely did that this year.
So, Iggy, we look at the quarterbacks with Corey Walwoski and Stephen Haraprasad. If one of these quarterbacks has an average game on Sunday, can they still win that game? So if Haraprasad has an average game, can they win, or vice versa with Walwoski?
I'm going to say that if Stephen Haraprasad has an average game, he's Blessed still has an opportunity to win this one more than if Corey Walwoski had the average game. And I'm going to say that because of the way Haraprasad controls the clock, manages the game clock just a little bit better than Corey does. I think in that regular season matchup, Corey, I think you mentioned it, Mo, that he got a little rattled once he threw those 2 interceptions. I just don't see that from Stephen Haraprasad's side. I see him staying calm, cool, collected, and just managing the game like he does.
Well, Iggy, there's a famous sort of FPF final where Outlaws lost. Stephen Harper at the time quarterback for Outlaws, and he had sort of like a subpar game. I remember specifically, from the angle we had in Brossard, I could sort of see the routes as they develop, and I almost said into the mic, just don't throw that post, and the ball was thrown into the defender's chest. Just a really, below par game for Steven, just given how good he is. And that really bothered him. I remember he had messaged me saying, I don't know if I'll play FPF again. Some of his teammates were concerned about it. And of course, he's a competitor. He was really, down himself that day.
Pull the Brett Favre.
Well, it's like, if to be that good, you need to be that level of competitive, right? And that's what he is. So what do you think he'll need to do if the game does go sideways to keep that composure, like you're saying?
Well, you know what? I don't think he has to do much in order to keep that composure. He's, played with this team, pretty much the core set of this roster. I cannot tell you. I honestly, I cannot tell you the number of games they've must played in the past. Let's even call it in the past 2 seasons. It might be 100 plus. The chemistry that he's built with this team it's going to take a lot more than just one wrong throw to throw him off.
Iggy, I have a fun question for you. This is going to be your first broadcast for the Division C finals. So if you had to have your way, design the play that you would like to call live. So are you looking for a pick six? Are you looking for like an overtime? Are you looking for just a Moss play somewhere and just, you get to describe someone destroying another on defense type of thing? Like what are you looking forward to the most in this game if you could have your way?
Yeah, I would want to see the game come down to the last play, whether it's Corey or Steven throwing up the ball. Let's call it 20, 25 yards out. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Moss play, but just a big-time catch, big-time score, final play of the game wins the Division C championship.
On the other side of the ball, we talked a lot about Stephen Harpersod and those guys. But for infantry, what we saw last time was, them just not really getting on the same page. I don't think we'll have that kind of game. I will say this is something I've sort of felt about their team all season long, and I want to get your opinion on it. They've heard me talk about this, so I want to get your thoughts on this, where the defense is so good that they're constantly setting up the offense for good possessions. So if Stephen Harpersod doesn't make any mistakes, will they be able to overcome that? Will they be able to actually score for score without getting the turnovers?
So you know what? I think you analyze that perfectly. You've said it a few times. I do agree with you that the defense sets up the infantry offense very well. I also believe that Stephen Harpersod is unlikely to make a mistake in this final. He's, his average of 6 touchdowns and 0 interceptions that he has pretty much all year. I think he's going to throw a perfect game. But I also think that the infantry will keep up score for score with them. So that's why this final is going to be one of the most interesting out of them all, because it's going to be high scoring, score for score.
Last question before we get to your prediction here. Who's got more pressure to win? Is it the infantry or Blessed?
That's a good question. I'm gonna go Blessed just because they have that that experience of playing together for a long time. All the reps are there. They just have to execute. So one or a couple of series where they don't execute, they might start to feel the pressure. Whereas the infantry, they seem like loosey goosey guys. So you know what? Give me Blessed to that question.
All right, it is now time for your prediction. Do we have any drum roll here, Eagle, or nothing like that? Because I know you've
play some of that synth music again.
Yeah, let's go. That Timberland
Here we go.
beat.
Oh, I was hoping for synth.
Somebody set it up here. All right, Iggy Magnus, it is now time for your Division C prediction. That means it's going to be your prediction and score. So who do you have winning between infantry and Blessed? Drum roll, please.
But I already did it.
Drum roll, please.
I have, the regular season game went 40-29 for Blessed. Give me Blessed 40-39. Make it a 1-point score. Last second touchdown. Marvin Steinberg for the win. Blessed, your Division C 2021 Spring Championship.
Well, I could have told you what Iggy's going to say in question number 2 by his answer and
Yeah.
tone. So,
there you go.
It's.
Mo, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to go Infantry on this one. I think there's a bit of edge, a little cutting edge to them right now, and how they felt they got jilted in that game. Speaking to the Sumerian boys on Thursday in Laval of last week, they're focused, they're locked in, they're ready to go, and I'm going to give them the edge in this football game on Sunday.
What's the score?
I'm going to go 31-22.
Oh, low-scoring game then.
Yeah, 31-22.
So I'm inclined to agree that if Infantry win, that's the kind of score it'll be, because I think they'll need some stops. I think they'll get it, but I think they're going to have to score a little bit more than usual. So I think 32 to 26-ish. How's that?
Yeah. So with one score,
Yeah.
we all have one score. More
One
or
score
less.
game. I think that this is the game on the slate, to be honest, of
Exactly.
all the games across divisions.
Eagle,
So,
your
very
pick,
excited.
please.
No, I don't pick.
He's a real broadcaster.
Well, coming up next, we're gonna have. Yeah, exactly. Or you make a pick, or else we're gonna do this.
Hey,
all
Mo, what's next after this? What are we
Yeah,
recording
unless
next?
Eagle makes a pick, I won't.
What's
do
the
this.
schedule?
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm going to go out on a whim here and say Infantry win by a blowout.
All right.
All right. Coming up
Flip
next.
the table.
Coming up next. Iggy Magnus, thank you so much for joining us here on the Division C preview, and you will be on the call this Sunday. Just look.
Excellent.
My word of advice to you: just come prepared how you want to come prepared, and you'll be ready to go.
It's like his coach always said.
Words
Come
of
prepared.
wisdom.
As Coach O said, do whatever you want.
Go Tigers!
Oh, wait, what did he say?
Later, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Does he know?